Hello, hello, and welcome to Paint Minis Live. I'm your host, Bill T. I hope you're doing well tonight. It's been a little while since I've streamed. I had some life stuff come up, and it just happens. But today we're working on some green guys. We're working on some more men at arms for the Dungeon Minister. I did over the break that I took sporadically or kind of spontaneously, I should say. Uh, I did manage to get some shield work done on these guys. They're looking pretty good. I did have a couple of them while I was transporting them. I did have a couple of them break, so I'm waiting on those guys to dry up. I might do some work on them tonight, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, with that being said, let me get my other camera up. Also, we're streaming on Twitch too now. Twitch and well, I've done Twitch for a while, but Twitch and TikTok. So that's kind of a new platform to hang out and vibe in, if that's your sauce of choosing. So yeah, you can watch PML wherever you get your video content, kind of right about now. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my other camera here. All right, do a little, maybe. Let's see. Might have to disable the chat. There we go. Okay. And yeah, kind of get used to the new controls. Very different, but we're slowly making our way there, just a little bit. Let me go ahead and maybe get the little like bottom third thing going on out of the way if I can figure it out real quick. There we are. Okay. So, I usually like to take a quick second. We'll get some music going here. Just some background ambiance. Let me know if it's too loud. I can still see the chat, so if you come on in and you want to say hello, feel free. Down here in the Creation Cave Paint Studio, let's check out some of our models here. There we go. That's probably a decent working shot here. But yeah, I did some good work. Here's our shields on our guys. These were a couple hours worth of work, but it wasn't crazy. They're just very small, little small iconography. Our capes are looking wicked so far. Tonight's objective is painting up some armor on these guys. We got to get them looking battlefield ready. Holy man, hello. all the people from YouTube. Hello. Like a whole bunch of folks. So yeah, that's our goal. So I'm gonna get to painting. I'm gonna probably start with like some dark silver or something to give us some shadows and whatnot. If you haven't seen PML before, this is kind of our bread and butter. I do some other stuff every now and then though. Do workout streams and other stuff. We also have a really cool affiliate program too, for all sorts of other content creators out there that are kind of in the same hobby space that I am. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and check out our affiliates over on the Paint Minis Live website. All right. So I really like using Pro Acryl. It's kind of my favorite go-to model paint. And it just works out really well. I'm gonna get just a couple lines here on my wet palette for tonight's paint up here. Get a little extra light on the situation. All right. So we'll get a little bit closer to our dude here. There we go. So I start with a dark color, always to emphasize contrast, which is what I'm looking for when I'm painting, is just trying to get the contrast game up. Just starting with this dark silver here. So eventually what'll happen is I'm going to mix this with a little bit of light silver, and we'll kind of work our way up like mid-tone to a nice highlight color. I'm not worrying too terribly much about the lines here. I just want to get the paint on the model. That's right, I should switch this back to the chat in case anybody wants to say hello. Trying to keep it in the camera shot here. So I did all the airbrush work recently on these guys, and they turned out really well. Better than I thought they would, which is always kind of nice. Make sure we get all the little nooks and crannies. May as well do up the sword too over here. I think a silver sword is fine by me. Hey, ooh, Wolf Brother Hobbies. What's going on? Mythos, did you like do a little bit of a rebrand, my guy? Good to see ya. If you're super into Warhammer 40k, Mythos is your man to go see. Does some seriously cool 40k paint-ups. I still relish, or I'm still a little bit envious of some of your like cockpits and swords, your power swords. That's what it was. Power sword master over here. Yeah. Again, just trying to get a base coat on the mini. Start with a dark color, work your way up. We're gonna make probably a couple different piles of paint here as we work our way from dark to light. Rebrand indeed. Nice to hear, Mythos. Okay, cool. I gotta come check it out. How are things going over at Wolf Brother Hobbies? Well, I hope. I'm starting to use a wet palette now, and I'm realizing that a little water goes a long way on something that's already kind of wet. What else we got going on here? Oh yeah, his legs. Gotta do a little leg armor action here. Hey, thanks, man. I'm kind of doing like a very hobo style like cheap glaze. I didn't actually glaze anything on this guy. It's just the washes and stuff, and just some airbrush work. But like, I think that's kind of my next big lesson with Kenny is doing some hardcore glazing, and I'm super excited about that because I am not like real huge on the glaze, but I'm pretty sure if I had a little bit of help, I could probably learn it. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right. So we're kind of done with that on this guy. There's a couple like, secondary and tertiary colors to hit up. I think I might just kind of burn my way through that real quick, as long as I'm here thinking about it. Yeah, thanks, man. Changes seem to be pretty well received. That's always good. Rebrands are interesting, man. You always for me, I haven't really done a ton of rebranding with PML. I did like a logo change, and it kind of was like, are people really gonna recognize this? Or, does it fit? But it's always kind of entertaining to see how it gets received. It can be a little stressful, but okay. So now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of need something for the boots. Like, he's got some boots. I need something for like underneath their armor. So I'm gonna go check out some colors here real quick. See what I sees. I feel like we already have yellow. We already have green. We're gonna have silver, just kind of essentially white. I feel like that's gold. I feel like almost like an umber kind of brown might work out. Warm flesh. This is kind of. I'm gonna use that for the faces though. Golden brown. There we go. That'll work. That'll do it. Thinking this color. We're gonna make their shirts this nice golden brown color. Might even use some yellow highlights. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Go ahead and check and see. All right, cool. Looks like we got all the streams are running. I don't really need a ton of that. Just need enough to kind of get this guy in shape. So I was out again at an undisclosed location, but definitely near the Canadian border somewhere up north. Doing the shields on these guys, and I had a great time. It was kind of nice just painting by myself. I do a lot. I've done a lot of painting on stream here on PML, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of sit back, relax, not have to worry too much about the streaming stuff. can't tell if that's like really part of his get up or not. We're gonna call that. We're gonna come back and put some silver on that, I think. I'm just gonna block out. Block out some areas, like he's got a shirt on underneath there. We'll darken it up maybe with some wash or something a little bit later. I'm gonna come back in with a little silver. Just cut this up here. I've started using these really tiny brushes on parts that get me kind of bound up when I use some of the larger brushes. I have some smaller brushes, but none as small as this. This is a 18-0 round brush, and it kind of helps me maintain a bit better control. I just picked up a bunch of these like within the last like week or two here, and I've kind of been enjoying it. As long as you maintain a good consistency with your paint and keep it wet, the brush does most of the work for you. Get his shoulder pads here. I need to move my keyboard a little bit. I need a better rest. There we go. Move maybe the stream over to the other monitor too. There we are. Nice. That'll be a little bit easier. So I hope everybody is doing well out in the world today. I wonder, has anybody been doing any good gaming on the tabletop? I recently had a chance to play HeroScape, and that was like a ton of fun. I had a really good time playing HeroScape with a family member the other night. I think it was last weekend. I guess they're relaunching that game. It's been kind of dead for a little bit. I've heard from them anyways, and they're relaunching HeroScape, which is kind of interesting. And they had a tournament at a local game shop for it. As they're kind of relaunching some of this stuff. So I went over to their place, and I was the tournament punching bag to kind of unrusty the wheel, so to speak, before they went in and gave it their best shot. They were hoping to win a door prize, I think, or not a door prize, but a prize for this competition. I'm gonna get a little flow improver here. This silver likes to kind of gum this up a little bit. And I find that flow improver, if I just put like a couple drops on my palette, I can usually clean that out pretty quick on these tiny brushes. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it lowers the surface tension on the actual bristles. It really helps me clean out some of that gunk that normal water just doesn't. Okay. Back the camera up just a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna add in like a little bit of like yellow into this. Into this brown as like a highlight. Do I really want to do that before the silver? No, I don't. I think I want to do the silver first because I can always come back with the brown and that's super easy. Yeah. What's up next? His helmet. I am really welcoming spring because I'm tired of my paint drying so quickly on my palette due to the winter weather. It's kind of likes to suck most of the moisture out of the air. That's looking pretty nice. We're gonna get like maybe, yeah. Get a little bit more of this brown here and just find out where the armor isn't. Let's see here. Too much moisture on the brush here. Kind of envisioning one of those like kind of old school medieval tunic colors, you know? That's what I'm trying to grasp at. Like they've got a long sleeve kind of light brown shirt underneath what they're going to battle with here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty kicking. Let's grab some actual silver. We can do a little bit of highlights on the armor just to see how that looks. When I was packing up all of my paints, I didn't put them back in order. So they're all kind of in there willy-nilly. Love trying to sort through that. So say Mythos, if you're still kicking around in the chat, out of curiosity, is Wolf Brother Hobbies? Are you like expanding out into some other hobby territory, doing like some game streams and stuff, or still just painting away like a maniac? Hey, what's going on, Orc Child? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the compliment. I'm just Taking my time here, doing some highlight action. I feel like I need to get another light here because the spray booth, whenever I get really close to it with my mic, it likes to kind of tramps on over the audio. But I do like having a nice bright light. I think I need to make this a little darker, actually. I'm gonna take some of the dark silver I've got here and just mix it with the lighter stuff. Make it kind of walk up the grayscale, so to speak. I don't want it to be too crazy, but... yeah, less painting and Warhammer for now. Ooh, alright. D&D, as well as card games. Gotcha. I didn't know you were into Magic. That's cool. Dude, I love me some Magic the Gathering. And stuff's like... I was so into that back in the day, man. I still kind of am. I just don't have anybody to play it with. I mean, there's the local card shops, but, you know, I kind of want to play a bit more, I want to play it a bit more casual. I'm a filthy casual when it comes to card games, man. But it's fun. I like that game. Even more of this. This is like really weird. It's light on the palette, dark on the model. At this point, I'm just painting on a gradient on this guy. Nothing crazy, just getting progressively lighter. Now I'm just gonna go whole hog on the silver, like bright silver. Filthy casual here too. There you go, Mythos. we're gonna do the same thing for the sword and just kind of like gradually step this up, I think. All right. I'm gonna need like a lot more paint for these guys. Like do a quick mix up here of the dark and lights that I've got going on in my palette. There we go. Just kind of turn down the mic a little bit. Okay. That's like a decent mid-tone. Then I'm gonna go ahead and grab me, I think that'll be fine. We can just dark, medium, light, mix in from there. Just doing a little touch up on the base color. Go after our mid-tone. Start to fill in some of the outer edges. Leave the dark in kind of the central crevice there. I'm really not quite sure. Like, so I think this project's probably going to take us into the next month, just because I have other stuff that's planned. I sent a few packages to Canada today for work. These are like small packages, and they weighed approximately 4 pounds. They were essentially the size of like this little tote here. Like, okay, maybe you can't really get an idea, but I mean it's pretty small. It's pretty small. Nothing crazy. It was like $200 to get these packages to Canada. It was nuts. So I'm gonna make that worth my while. If I'm gonna be shipping up there, so I'm gonna throw in a bunch of goodies. I don't know what those goodies are gonna be quite yet, but I'm gonna throw some stuff in. Now I'm just kind of going whole hog on the silver on this sword. I'll kind of give you an idea here in a minute. Real light on the brush pressure. Just kind of cutting in a little bit on the tip, because I like how that looks. To me anyways, like sharp, pointy tip kind of deal going on. There we go. Couple passes. So I'll go ahead and give the top of the circle a little love. be a little bit tough to see in the camera, but we've got some good stuff going here. Keep it rocking. What's going on, grumpy old Slan? Good to see you, good to see you. I hope you're well. Always good to see Slan over here. We're working on some armor today. Yeah, it's international to the UK too. Ooh. Reminds me of the models I sent to Australia. I sent some minis over to Australia as part to the Dungeon Delver, his co-host. Lives in Australia, so as a birthday present I sent him some painted up PML minis for his birthday. It was 2 little dudes, and that cost me a cool $200. Okay, a little bit of mid-tone on his leg there, that'll do it. Now we're gonna go with some like super light, just straight silver. You can see that nice line that we've made there. Looks like I kind of need to go back to my dark color here, do a little cleanup work. There we go. Hey, what's going on, D&Disability? How you doing? It's the same going the other way too? Yeah, I'm sure. Gotta love the craziness of politics. That's for sure. But no matter what, this package is making its way to Canada at some point. I'm gonna make sure it does. Just doing a little bit of cleanup work on his leg here. I want a little 2-hole hog on one of the colors. Yeah, these guys are kind of bright green, working on some little bit of the silver going on with them. So that's what we got going on there, D&Disability. Grumpy Old Slan's doing okay. The weekend was a little short. Got some videos edited and a few things done. Nice. Gotta love that productivity. When it hits, I grab it when it hits. Are you guys getting a lot of audio bleed from the wind tunnel that is the spray booth? Just let me know. I have a compressor that I've got. Not like an air compressor, but a audio compressor that I've got going. Maybe I need to turn that up. I'm hearing it on my end, but it seems like whenever I rewatch these, I don't really hear things that other people do. Yeah, okay. So that's what's going on here. Give me just a second. I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, like I said, I've got a compressor to try and kick out a lot of the noise. Let me see. Noise gate. Turn up the threshold a little bit. Boopity boop boop. Okay. I think I've kind of got it dialed in. It might be a little bit more clippy now, so hopefully you guys can hear more of me and less of that hiss. And just kind of put the mic a little bit closer to my face too, that might help. Okay. All right, where was I here? Okay. I was working on the inside of his, like, shin here. Yeah, thanks again for coming on the other day there, D&Disability. It's got me thinking on some new color schemes for these guys. Went with a bit of like a kind of golden brown style tunic, kind of under layer for them. I'll be right back with you guys in the chat in just a sec. I'm trying to get this nice, weird, spliny curve. Paint it up just right. Actually, a couple of them here. There we go. Actually, we should probably do the whole thing. Okay, nice. There you go. A little bit thicker at the bottom, but that's all right. We're gonna paint over that. Teach me the ways of high quality audio, senpai. Yeah, I can definitely. Hit me up on Discord. I can at least start to research what I could cobble together for freezy stuff to use. Let you in on some of the trade secrets, you know? A decent amount of this is stock from the Roadcaster that I have in here for painting. But you can, you know, if you're gonna edit videos and stuff, kind of different ball game. Do. There we go, that's looking nice. Alright, now we gotta do like some greaves going on. I missed a couple of spots up in here. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just hit me up. Slan, I'm sorry. My life has gotten absolutely busy, and I didn't get a chance to catch your stream of the, I believe it was like a comic book, the like French comic book. How did that go? I'm curious. I do want to catch that too. I just have not. This is the first night that I've been able to paint in a while. It's like kind of been a crazy, hectic period over here. At first, I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm going to be streaming regularly," and then all of a sudden, no, there's these other 10 things that just randomly show up that you got to go and do and use up some of that nice weeknight time slot for. I gotta mix up a little bit more of this. Let's see. How dark do I actually need this? I don't think I need it super dark, but I do kind of want a little bit of a gradient here. There we go. So I think for the sake of my sanity, especially on some of these larger like model paint-ups, I'm going to be streaming, if I don't have the time to go, and do all of them on the stream, I'm still going to paint them on my personal time, but it's like, I can get down to the paint room for like, the paint studio. Ooh. How did we go super filtery? What is going on there? Also, let me make sure. Let me see. Is everybody else's got like do you guys see this like kind of pink going on? It's like everything went kind of pink. I am sorry. I will talk to you later. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else sees the pink going on here. I am not sure where that's coming from. It might just be me though. Going back to kind of the straight silver. Nice. Yeah, it's really weird. My monitor, like, the mini cam looks like it's kind of got this haze to it. Yeah, the color got a little psychedelic, didn't it? Okay. Let me try. I'm going to go kind of back to... Yeah, here we go. Now you can just see me. We'll chat for a minute. I'm going to try restarting this camera real quick and see if that does it. I think... whatever was going on with that is probably a little tech-related. It's kind of like the color the camera decided to take a little trip somewhere in the 70s, late 1970s. It just kind of time warped on me. Okay. Okay, there we are. All right. We're just gonna change that up. There we go. All right, cool. So now we're not painting in psychedelic. We're actually kind of painting. So kind of following this gradient, though, this armor is actually turning out quite a bit closer to the way I wanted it. So that is good. Let's see here. Gonna go back to my super saturated bright silver. Gonna give this pommel some love and affection. I'm going to go in and kind of mix up some more of that mid-tone silver here. And then maybe grab a little bit of was it his helmet that I was going after? Oh, the chainmail, that's what I was kind of thinking here. This is going to be super quick and dirty. Let's see if I can get the camera to cooperate. Let's do the time warp again. Yeah, there you go. I think it should be fixed now. It should be fixed. I'm just going to kind of run the brush along his chainmail here. Almost like I'm trying to replicate that, you know, almost like I'm dry brushing, but I'm not going to get the accuracy of dry brushing at this small of a scale. So if I just try not to, you know, hit the recesses that I've already really painted with that dark silver, I think it'll be A-okay. I think we're going to end up with a nice... Yeah, there we go. Just super light on the brush. Nothing crazy. Just simple. Sometimes that's the best. And then just leave the bottom of it, kind of that really dark silver. Nice. Yeah, my train of thought was kind of like all over the place for a second there. Yeah, about the streaming. I'm probably gonna paint up like one model at a time. You know, like if I'm gonna do a batch, like these 4 dudes are all gonna be this guy anyways. And since I'm almost going on an hour already, like I'll just probably paint up the example model and then do the rest of them as I get, you know, time. I mean, sure, there's something to be said about like watching some batch painting. But I'm going to leave that for times that I have some more free time. Some kind of Friday night deal, you know? Instead of the weekday. Okay. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on the camera here, but it definitely has a bit of a gradient from under the arm to the top of his arm where that chainmail is. So I'm very pleased about that. Okay. might actually have to go. I think I might be leaving the TikTokers out of it. If there are any. I'm just gonna go ahead and figure that. I think I actually have to have that open to see. See my stream. Let's see. Might get a quick echo here. Like I'm trying to spread out a little bit, you know, do all the cool stuff. There we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. There's some folks in here. So now I can see them. I guess it doesn't actually hook up with the chat software, so that's fun. Nice. So I'm thinking, what do I got left to do here? I mean, obviously his face and his skin. And go back with a little bit more of this kind of brown color. I was using as a base kind of touch up. That area. There we go. Starting to get some more definition, a little bit of extra added colors can really kind of help us in that front. Now I've added just a little bit of yellow to this. Brighten it up just a little bit more. And then I'm actually going to grab like some straight yellow, I think. If I can find some. There we go, like a warm yellow will work. Kind of going a little bit higher on the highlights here. Just working dark to light, you know, that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to painting these guys up. So this yellow is pretty thin. Kind of works in my favor a little bit anyways. Grab that kind of mid-tone brown. I forgot this little like this arm up here. Anything we can do to kind of make it stand out as a lighter area will work out nice. By the way, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If you like what you see, come back again. All right. This guy's looking A-okay. Just gonna brighten up. The tops here. Not bad. Not bad at all. I do say so myself. Okay, next up, I think we're gonna do some hair, and I feel like we've got yellow, we've got green. I think we could go with We're definitely going to do the hair. I think this guy's a redhead, though. Like, if I'm being 100% honest, I think he's like a total redhead. So I'm going to grab like something kind of brown before I go anywhere near orange. Maybe like a burgundy or something would work out pretty well for this. To like start as the darkest color. Okay, maybe burgundy's a little too purple. Let's see. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of want like a brown. Got like burnt orange. That would work. Burnt orange will work. I mean, we're kind of going towards orange anyways, but... we're going to want, yeah, orange for a redhead. But we're also going to want something close to yellow without getting totally all the way yellow ochre. We could maybe do a little mixy-poo with that. And we've already got yellow, so that works out. We'll make it like really hardcore redhead. Is he line a named character? No, I don't think so. Well, actually, did I do the named character as a redhead? Oh, no way, I did. I totally did. Cormac's a redhead. This is their kind of, well, they're allies of this guy, Lord Cormac here, but so yeah, he's already, well, that's like kind of an auburn. I don't know. If I made him like hardcore redhead, there's tons of redheads in the world. Like, I don't care. He's gonna be a redhead. Just deal with it. Cause like, I like having each one, you know, be kind of different. Sure, there's, you know, gonna be a couple overlaps, but, you know, have one as like a dark hair, and then have another one be lighter, and then a blonde and a redhead, and, you know, like, just kind of go through the gambit. Like, I kind of enjoy that. Hey, thanks for the hearts. Much appreciated. I'm really new to TikTok, and so I'm still kind of learning what all this stuff does and means, but there's a bunch of cool folks watching us over on TikTok, too. Thanks for all the hearts. Okay. So we're gonna start with this this burnt orange as kind of like our dark color here. So we've already got kind of, you know, he's green because his hair is green because I didn't actually tuck any of that, you know, mask any of that prior to painting this guy. which is alright by me. Not afraid of doing a little brush work, but just means that I have to do maybe a couple more passes. And if you're painting at home, and you're trying to essentially go after a tabletop ready mini, that means something different to everybody. But like, if putting some burnt orange on there and calling them a redhead is tabletop ready to you, then that is a-okay. Like, paint your minis the way you like them. This is just the way that I do it. I really enjoy the painting process. So I'll take my time on the hairdos and give it, give it that little extra love. A little bit of little paint over on the wrong end here. That's okay. A little bit of water, you can usually kind of get that off if you're quick. Let's see if we can get the camera to show up here on such small bits of our mini. I don't think it's going to play too nice here. Yeah. Oh well. We'll kind of keep giving you beauty shots as we progress along here. I try to keep this guy in the shot too. As I start working on smaller and smaller details, I tend to gravitate more to like my right hand, and that's just kind of natural for me. But it's really hard to shoot with a camera on such a small like a window, so to speak, on the subject, and then like not be able to move it around so much, because I'm constantly moving around when I'm painting. It goes left, it goes right, it goes up, it goes down. It's just kind of how I roll. So we've got kind of our first couple of passes here. I don't think I need too much more. Again, this is just kind of how I paint redheads. So next up, I'm going to take a little bit of like yellow ochre, or just some kind of like dull yellow would work for this. You can kind of see the color that it is. And I'm gonna mix it up with the burnt orange to kind of make a little bit lighter color. I mean, I really don't need much of this at all. Just a single drop on my palette here to mix with is gonna be good enough for me. I just want to introduce a little bit more light to what I'm doing, to keep kind of bringing the contrast up, because I want to have shadow, and then I want to have like a midtone, and then like a light for the highlight part of it. So I'm just gonna kind of mix together a homebrew real quick, midtone. I'm going to have it be probably 75% of the burnt orange and then like 25% of this yellow, kind of yellow brown. And we're just going to keep stepping that up. This I'm going to be a little bit more picky with. And I'm just going to keep... I'm essentially going to try and keep it to the outside of the hair here. It's just a quick way to get a little bit extra contrast. You can probably see that now. Wonder if I can really zoom in. Will you cooperate with me, camera, so I can show the fine folks at home? So now you can kind of see we've got a dark and like a mid-tone going on here on our mini. And then when we step it up a little bit further and add a little bit of extra orange to this, because, I mean, ultimately I was just making a little bit lighter orange with a hint of yellow. Now I'm going to add in the light orange to the color I just made. Go over it again, try and be a little bit more sparing too. And then finally the orange will be, like the straight orange is going to be the highlight. Just going to move this in a little bit. There we go. So I've got my super bright kind of neon orange. I'm going to mix it with the previous color. Nice. So just kind of working my way up slowly. This way everything kind of blends together. It looks really nice. I'm going to add probably about 25% more of that orange now to the mid-tone color, or the kind of like semi-highlight I just made. With hair and like skin, the best way to success that I've found is just very gradual. Like super gradual transitions to the color you want to end on. Nope. And now the camera's out of focus. Hey, good to see you, grumpy old Slan. Appreciate the appreciate the time. It's always good to see you. Yeah, I don't think I have a brush. I don't think I have a brush any smaller than this 18-0. It's super tiny. And finally, we're gonna go ahead and grab like the straight hardcore orange. This is like, what's that drink called? Sunny D. Yeah, it's like Sunny D orange. It's almost like from outer space kind of orange. All right. Again, it's kind of, you know, this is the highlight color, so I'm kind of trying to get like way up in there. Right along some of those ridges, if I can. You know, it's really tiny. Sometimes you're not, you know, gotta accept that mistakes will be made. And that is like A-okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow even. We're getting super crazy now, friends. I'm gonna mix a little bit of yellow in with this orange. And I'm gonna try to be really careful here. Just like super tiny lines. A little extra. Shenanigans. Really kind of sell that vibrant orange tips. So I'll get you a close-up so you can kind of see the actual shenanigans here. There we go. Again, this is at like super zoomed in scale. You look at this really close to your eye even. The camera picks up quite a bit because it's, you know, higher resolution kind of thing, but you can really, you can get a good sense of many, many colors in there, and it makes your eye kind of realize that it's a bit more of a gradient than just one or two different colors all mixed together. I don't know how to explain that, but I like how it looks. I think this guy turned out really well when it comes to his hairdo. All right. So the armor part of this, you might be able to see on camera, but it's also a little bit darker towards the bottom, a little bit lighter on top. You can see maybe in like the lower corner of his chest plate here. Get a little pointy stick. Yeah. Somewhere down in here, you can kind of start to see where the transition took place. But that's kind of... I still have to paint that in. I don't know how I'm going to paint that in, but I'm going to paint that in. Probably on another stream here in the future. We've been going for about an hour 20. I don't know. What else do we paint up here? I still have to do the green highlights on the cloth too at some point, but this I think is kind of where we're gonna call it for tonight when it comes to painting the minis here. If you have any questions, let me know. Now would be a good time to ask them. I'd love to answer your questions if you got them. But yeah, I think these guys are coming along really nice. These are going to be for the Dungeon Minister over on YouTube. He runs D&D games for his family and does like these really cool recaps. If you haven't seen him, go check him out. You can see him here at the Paint Minis Live website on our affiliates. If you just scroll down that page, you can go and find him. This is who the project is for. It's just kind of a free, have fun with these kind of project. And I enjoy doing it. It's a good time. Well, with that being said, I think I'm going to hop off for tonight. I'll be back real soon with some more PML action. So if you'd like to see more of me, you can do all of the social shenanigans and button pressing and all the good stuff. You already know what to do. But yeah, take care. Happy gaming out there. Happy painting. And I'll talk to you again in the next one. All right, everybody.